the checkered flag 35 seconds ahead of Montoya in P2.
No, but he can take it easy, he can afford to. Oh my goodness! Rubens' rear wings up, there goes Ralf Schumacher.
Now keep in mind, this was before the FIA introduced the halo, but fortunately both men walked away unscathed. By the time the F2002 was brought to the track at Interlagos, it was absolute carnage for the rest of the grid. Schumacher went on a podium spree for the rest of the year, winning 11 out of 17 races and finishing on the podium every race. His biggest win came in Spain, taking the checkered flag 35 seconds ahead of Montoya in P2.
No, but he can take it easy, he can afford to, because Michael Schumacher wins yet again. He wins in Spain. A dominant performance from him, a dominant performance from the Ferrari team.
The F2002 was so far ahead of the competition, it barely seemed fair. The chassis was almost perfect, while the periscope exhaust blew air over the rear wing for extra downforce. Schumacher actually won the title by July, which meant the German could sit back and watch the last 6 races from home, and he'd still be champion. People were actually turning off their televisions because they knew the German and Italian anthems were playing by the end of Sunday afternoon. But let me just put this into perspective. While Schumacher was rewriting history books, Liam Lawson was just being born. But this total domination came with a dark, ruthless edge. Ferrari's obsession with winning alienated many fans, and nowhere was this more hilariously uncomfortable than at the 2002 Austrian Grand Prix.
Go! A terrific start by Ralf Schumacher, but Rubens is away well too. Brendan, look at that. Amazing. Michael Schumacher's alongside Ralf, he's squeezing him out.
You see, Rubens had a perfect weekend. He was leading the race on merit, mere meters from the finish line, but Ferrari, wanting to maximize Schumacher's points, even though he already had a massive lead in the championship, issued a brutal team order.
Ted, what can you tell us?
I'm sure it doesn't mean anything, James, but I've just seen Jean Todt pass a little note across the pit wall to Ross Brawn. I'm sure they're not going to pull him, do it again. I'm sure they're not going to make Rubens pull over.
Rubens, it's last lap. Let Michael pass for the championship. Let Michael pass for the championship, Rubens, please.
Barrichello obediently lifted off the throttle, and Schumacher awkwardly drove past to win.
Oh, he's getting very close to Michael Schumacher, but Rubens Barrichello comes through. He's not going to let Michael through, is he? I do not believe it! I do not, Adam and Eve, what is going on? Michael Schumacher wins the Austrian Grand Prix.
The crowd in Austria booed relentlessly. It was a deafening wall of pure hatred. The podium ceremony was an awkward, shameful display, with Schumacher pushing Barrichello onto the top step and handing him the trophy in a desperate attempt at PR damage control. It highlighted a terrifying truth. Ferrari weren't just better than everyone else. They were willing to do whatever it took, no matter how deeply unpopular, to crush the opposition into dust. And by 2003, the powers that be had seen enough. Television ratings were dropping faster than a backmarker moving for Schumacher, and the predictability was just killing the sport. So the FIA went into panic mode to intervene. They introduced sweeping changes, a radically new point system designed to reward consistency over outright wins, shrinking the gap between first and second place. The driver in second would no longer get just 6 points, but 8, with third place getting 6. But the biggest change was the deconstruction of traditional qualifying. They introduced a dramatic one-lap shootout format to pressure drivers into making mistakes and mixing up the grid. Furthermore, they tightened the regulations on engine materials, heavily restricting exotic beryllium alloys to try and cap the spiraling costs and curb engine performance. Their goal was incredibly simple and completely transparent: stop the red cars. And surprisingly, it worked. The Empire was challenged. 2 major challengers stepped out of the shadows to take the fight to Maranello. First, a blindingly fast, quiet young driver at McLaren named Kimi Raikkonen, but you probably know him better as the Iceman.
Raikkonen, very committed. Oh, look at the smoke. What's that? Now, I wonder how much that will cost Kimi Raikkonen, but he went into that cloud of smoke with absolute commitment.
He was driving a heavily updated version of the previous year's car because McLaren's actual new car kept failing in crash tests. But Kimi was consistent, and he just kept racking up the points.
It's not often we get to see a driver winning his first Grand Prix, and it's not often that it will be as popular a win as this, or as emotional a one for certain people around the field. Kimi Raikkonen, 23 years old, wins his first Grand Prix for McLaren. It's back-to-back victories for the McLaren Mercedes team.
The new Flying Finn only won a single race, but he actually had Schumacher during the season. And the second to challenge the German was a fiery Colombian, Juan Pablo Montoya, driving for Williams BMW. Montoya was like a street fighter compared to the polished style of the European drivers, and that BMW P83 V10 engine was by far the most powerful on the grid. It was pushing close to 19,300 RPM and around 900 horsepower. Montoya wasn't afraid of Schumacher, and he wouldn't yield.
Montoya side by side with Michael on the run of the first corner, and he's got him. Juan Montoya has got ahead of Michael Schumacher through the second round of pit stops. Absolutely incredible.
And to make things even worse, we had one of the craziest races ever. I'm talking about Interlagos.
Schumacher's off. Michael Schumacher has crashed. Sorry, Louise, but as Martin spotted, Michael Schumacher's gone straight on in the same place.
Cars were aquaplaning like crazy, but the FIA said race. It's a stark contrast from Spa 2021 when a little bit of rain completely derailed the race. Nevertheless, the 2003 season became a crazy battle. We had 8 different race winners, and a 3-way fight for the title went all the way to the wire.
Whatever happens in this race, today is going to be a very momentous day. Kimi Raikkonen is 9 points behind Michael Schumacher. If Kimi is going to win the title, it'll be the biggest turnover in the 53-year history of the sport. Likewise, if Michael Schumacher wins his record 6th title, no exaggeration to say, it'll be the greatest achievement in the history of Formula One.
Schumacher needed just 1 point to secure the title, but after a disastrous one-lap qualifying session and a clumsy mid-race collision with Takuma Sato,
7, he's lost his front wing! Michael Schumacher has lost his front wing!
he found himself clawing his way through the back of the pack. Ultimately, Schumacher limped home in 8th place, securing the single point he needed to beat Raikkonen by a margin of just 2 points.
I saved enough to take my mom on a cruise. What's all this?
This historic moment when Michael Schumacher became the first 6-time World Formula One champion.
Ferrari proved they were mortal, but they still wore the crown. And just a year later, the Scuderia was going to take some revenge. If 2003 was a sign of Ferrari's mortality, 2004 was their brutal vengeance. Stung by how close they came to actually having to work for a championship, Maranello retreated to their wind tunnels and private test tracks, and they birthed an absolute monster. To this day, the Ferrari F2004 is considered the greatest car ever constructed in the 3-litre V10 era. It was the fastest, purest, most uncompromised racing machine ever produced, and the aerodynamics were refined to perfection. Out of 18 races, Schumacher won 13, and at one point he won 7 in a row. If not for a retirement at Monaco, the German would have probably had 13 in a row. I mean, he wrapped up the title with 4 races to go, and his closest competitor was Barrichello. But something was changing behind the scenes. New names like Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button were making it to the podium. It was clear that Bar Honda and Renault were onto something, and by 2005, there was a sudden shift. Even more, the FIA once again targeted the Scuderia. This time, they focused on the one thing that physically connected the car to the track, the rubber, and it would change everything. For the 2005 season, a massive, wildly controversial rule change was implemented. In a desperate bid to slow the cars down and break Ferrari's grip, the FIA mandated that tyres had to last the entire race. Pit stops for fresh rubber were completely banned. Drivers had to qualify and race on the exact same set. Furthermore, engines now had to last for 2 entire race weekends, adding massive strain to the high-revving V10s. But aside from the track, we got another massive war. This time it was Bridgestone and Michelin, with Ferrari the only top team running Bridgestones. Both McLaren and Renault ran Michelins. Unfortunately, the Japanese tyre manufacturer missed the mark with the new regulations. Their hard compound degraded quickly and lacked grip. The Ferrari often felt like a shopping trolley sliding on a frozen lake. And overnight, the reign of terror was wiped out. In one corner, the reliability of Fernando Alonso's Renault, powered by an incredibly unique 72-degree V10 engine that gave the car a super low center of gravity.
Will Michael have a go into the final corner? He's too far behind.
He's not going to, he locks a breakdown. Amazing defensive driving by Fernando Alonso. His hand is out of the cockpit. Across the line they go. One of the closest finishes I can remember for many, many years.
In the other corner, the raw speed of Kimi's MP420 was unmatched. Now, keep in mind that this car was designed by Adrian Newey, but it was incredibly fragile. Kimi suffered heartbreaking engine failures, hydraulic leaks, and suspension collapses while leading the race.
Raikkonen is on the ring.
from the neck. The only race that suited Ferrari was the 2005 US Grand Prix, where Michelin simply couldn't race.
McLaren Toyota, there's the pole sitter Jarno Trulli pouring into the pits, and just listen to the crowd.
I'm open.
They're stunned, we're stunned. Two Ferraris on pit straight. Will it be two Jordans and two Minardi?
But Kimi's raw pace gave us one of the greatest moments. It's Suzuka in 2005 after starting from 17th place due to a wet qualifying session and an engine penalty. Raikkonen drove like a man completely possessed. He carved through the entire field, hunting down the Renault of Giancarlo Fisichella. Raikkonen threw his McLaren to the outside of turn 1, passing Fisichella in a breathtaking move to take the win.
He'll have to go defensive down the inside. He'll have to go tighter than that. Oh, and they nearly touch. Can Raikkonen sweep in? Yes, brilliant.
What a brilliant move! Side by side down the straight. And one of the most dramatic Grand Prix in living memory comes to a close with Kimi Raikkonen, the winner! Absolutely sensational performance.
It remains one of the greatest overtakes the sport has ever seen, but not as good as this changing of the guard moment.
Michael goes to the inside, tries to block the line in 130R.
Oh, my word!
And Alonso having none of it. Straight around the outside. And now Raikkonen has got a chance too.
That's Alonso on the outside of 130R, and he followed it up with an iconic quote.
Got to ask you about those great passes. First on Michael Schumacher going into 130R.
Yeah, it was very nice. I knew he'd hit the brakes. You know, he has wife and two kids at home.
That is cold. Now, I've got to say, Alonso, it's 2026 and you still don't have a wife or any kids. Mind you, I don't see him making an overtake anyway in that Aston Martin. But as Alonso celebrated his maiden title,
Fernando Alonso will cross the line to become the youngest ever Formula One world champion. Well done, Fernando Alonso!
Raikkonen finished P2, relegating Michael down to 3rd in the standings. This would be the final time we heard the screaming sounds of the 3-litre V10 engines, and the sport was slowly going quieter. Sadly, we said goodbye to the sounds of the early 2000s. Yet another brilliant engine was now in play. 2006 was the dawn of the 2.4-litre V8 engine. So even back then, the FIA was obsessed with slowing cars down, while mandating a smaller capacity that capped the V-angle strictly at 90 degrees and imposed minimum weight rules for the engines. At least, I've got to give the FIA some credit. They realised the lunacy of their 2005 tyre rules and allowed tyre changes during pit stops to return. Finally, Bridgestone was back in the game and Ferrari recovered almost immediately. The stage was set for a heavyweight title fight and perhaps the greatest battle of the decade. It was the defending champion, a resurging king. And even more, Ferrari chose to swap one Brazilian for another, bringing Felipe Massa in to partner Schumacher. And from the first race, the battle of generations kicked off.
Maintaining second place, but Alonso with a better run out of turn 4, and he is going to steal that position. That is crucial for Renault.
Neither man was giving the other an inch for 57 laps around the streets of Bahrain, but it was the Spaniard who drew first blood.
That is going to be so close, and surely Michael's got the momentum. No, Alonso's done it. Alonso's done it. Oh, Michael's trying to get around the outside, and he's not going to let him through. Just enough on that pit stop.
Over the rest of the season, it became a high political chess match, with Renault dominating the early races thanks to a brilliant piece of hidden engineering called the mass damper. The ingenious device hidden in the nose of Renault perfectly stable over the curbs and given Alonso immense front-end grip. Ferrari complained almost immediately, and despite Michael winning a few races without it, the FIA controversially banned the mass damper, calling it an illegal movable aerodynamic device. So by the time the grid reached Indianapolis, Schumacher, now more than 20 points behind in the championship, began dominating. He went on a streak of 5 wins, leveling the championship. So with Alonso and Michael on 116, the penultimate race at Suzuka would once again decide the title.
Begin now. Massa on the right, Schumacher on the left. Watch out for Alonso. Has he got a good start? Schumacher switches over Ralph Schumacher. And Michael covers him into turn 1.
The tension in the paddock was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Schumacher took the lead by lap 3 and he pulled out a massive lead.
Michael Schumacher's through.
Michael Schumacher passes his teammate Felipe Massa for the lead just as the Japanese director was coming out of an extended replay.
While Alonso was struggling to pass the two Toyotas, by lap 15 the Spaniard was finally in second place. closing the gap to around 5 seconds. But after both drivers made their final pit stops, Ferrari encountered some of the worst luck imaginable.
It's Michael! The Ferrari is stopping!
Wow!
Alonso goes into the race lead, and with it, unbelievable!
Going through Sector 2, a massive plume of thick white smoke erupted from the back of the Ferrari. The legendary, historically bulletproof Ferrari engine had catastrophically failed at the absolute worst possible moment in the season. Schumacher pulled over, gracefully got out of the car, and in a remarkably uncharacteristic display of calm, walked back to the garage to personally shake the hand of every single mechanic. Alonso went on to win the race, and after 57 laps, the Spaniard was too far ahead to be caught, meaning Interlagos was a dead rubber. It was also Schumacher's last race for the Scuderia, finishing 4th before he retired from the sport.
I've decided together with the team that I'm going to retire from racing. It has been an exceptional, really exceptional time. What motorsport in more than 30 years has given to me. I really loved every single moment of the good and the bad ones. Those ones make life so special.
The end of an era was finally here, and I bet no one was happy to see the German and 7-time world champion leave. But for Alonso, the torch had finally been passed, and in a shocking twist of events, the Spaniard ditched Renault for McLaren for the 2007 season. Meanwhile, the Iceman switched to Ferrari, and a young Brit was brought up to pair with the defending champion.
And here at the McLaren headquarters in Woking, not only do they have the double world champion Fernando Alonso poised to make his debut with the team, but in 22-year-old Lewis Hamilton, they have one of the most exciting young talents to arrive on the British motorsport scene.
So, heading into Lewis Hamilton, Felipe Massa and Kimi Raikkonen. All four drivers truly believed they had a shot at winning, and the 17-race season wouldn't disappoint. If you pitched the 2007 Formula One season as a daytime soap opera, TV executives would reject it for being too wildly unrealistic. Under the hood, engine regulations were tightened even further, with a strict rule effectively fixing engine development and capping revs at 19,000 RPM to cut costs. I mean, you must understand exactly how expensive the sport has become. Even back then, spending $5 million to build a car wasn't unheard of. But nobody was talking about the engines. They were talking about the human drama. And nowhere was this more apparent than in the McLaren garage. You see, Alonso expected to be the undisputed #1 driver. He expected an easy run to his third title. But McLaren's hyper-organized boss, Ron Dennis, who probably ironed his socks, had placed a rookie in his second car. Hamilton wasn't just fast, he was a generational prodigy. From the onset in Australia, Lewis was not holding back. Despite qualifying in P4, Lewis had an amazing launch. He simply drove around Alonso at turn 1.
Hamilton's had some manners put on him by Kubica, but he comes round the outside. He's also got round Alonso.
Alonso managed to re-overtake the Brit and finish P2 behind Kimi, but the tone was set. For the first 7 races of the season, while Kimi and Fernando barely kept it in the points for some races, Hamilton's worst finish was P3. He even won 2 races in Canada and the United States. So just over 2/3 into the season, Hamilton was leading the championship by 10 points over Alonso, with Kimi lingering more than 20 points behind in P4. It was looking clear that McLaren was winning the title, but inside the garage, things were fracturing, and the defining moment came at the Hungarian Grand Prix.
And have they raised the lollipop to let Alonso out? Yep, they want him out of there. Now Alonso's not getting on with it. Only a minute 40 to go. Is he blocking Hamilton here? Is that a bit of a tactic within the team there to give Hamilton a bit of a headache?
It was just enough to prevent Lewis from getting in a final lap. Ron Dennis threw his headphones down in utter disgust. The team was tearing itself apart from the inside, providing pure entertainment for everyone else. But this internal feud was only the appetizer, with an even bigger scandal about to hit.
The world of Formula One has been stunned tonight after the verdict in the sport's spying scandal. The sport's governing body has announced in the last hour that McLaren, Lewis Hamilton's team, is to be fined $100 million and stripped of all its points in this year's Constructors' Championship.
In the biggest blow to the sport's integrity, it was revealed that a Ferrari employee, Nigel Stepney, who was unhappy about a promotion he didn't get, had secretly passed a 780-page dossier containing every single technical detail of the Ferrari car to Mike Coughlin. Coughlin was the chief designer at McLaren, but the biggest question is how they actually got caught. Coughlin's wife literally took this highly confidential, deeply illegal binder to a local photocopying shop near London to make copies, and the shop assistant saw the Ferrari logos and called Maranello. This was definitely a rookie mistake in the world of espionage. You cannot make this stuff up. So, the FIA launched an investigation, and after massive court battles, the verdict came down.
The good news, if you like, for McLaren, the fact that the Drivers' Championship is unaffected. Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso still leading the way, but otherwise, this is a punishment of unprecedented severity. As you say, a $100 million fine. I can't think of any fine like that in the history of sport.
Yeah, $100 million. It is by far the most expensive photocopying bill I've ever heard of. But at least Lewis and Fernando were allowed to keep their points, and heading into the final race in Brazil, every single one of them mattered. Following the Chinese GP, Hamilton was heading to the title fight on 107 points. In second was Alonso on 103, and Kimi was basically hoping for a miracle on 100. So let me paint the full picture before the race. If Lewis finished P5 or higher, he wins the title. If Alonso finishes P2 and Lewis doesn't break the top 6, Alonso becomes a 3-time champion. Kimi needed divine intervention, and heading into qualifying, it didn't look good. Massa took pole, followed by Lewis in P2 and Kimi in P3. Alonso was just behind in P4. The opening lap was crazy, with Kimi and Fernando overtaking Lewis. Then the Brit locked up, only rejoining in P8 behind Jarno Trulli.
Hamilton looks desperate here.
Oh, Lewis is trying to fight Alonso, doesn't need to do that. He's gone way too deep in turn 4.
Lewis made his way back to P6 before gearbox troubles left him in P18.
It is. The top of the screens. Lewis Hamilton's in trouble. Is this the end of the World Championship dream for Lewis Hamilton?
Lewis fought his way back to P7, where he'd finished the race, but at the front, the Ferraris were dominating, and with the Finn taking the lead on lap 53, there was nothing the McLarens could do.
There is Massa. On his way, would
stamped home in P7.
Kimi Raikkonen wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. His first victory here, the 15th of his career.
By some miracle, Kimi won, but it was just a single point. This is still one of the greatest F1 championship victories ever. While the McLarens were trying to destroy each other, Kimi was silently racking up the points, and in the end, it paid off. The Iceman had conquered the chaos, and Alonso immediately ripped up his McLaren contract. If 2007 was defined by off-track espionage or photocopiers, 2008 was defined by on-track aero madness. By 2008, the cars reached the absolute peak of unregulated aerodynamic complexity. They bristled with so many winglets, things like Viking horns, turning vanes, and incredibly short carbon fiber flaps that looked less like race cars and more like angry hedgehogs. In fact, they were some of the ugliest cars in modern Formula One. But underneath the bodywork, the FIA mandated standard engine control units for all teams to ban any hidden traction control systems. Guess who won the tender to supply these standard ECUs? Give yourself 10 points if you hit that subscribe button and guessed McLaren Electronic Systems. Ferrari and Renault were not amused. They even claimed McLaren will have the advantage. And when the season kicked off, everyone was correct, with Lewis taking a dominant win in Australia.
And, well, Lewis Hamilton's driven absolutely beautifully. He takes his 5th career victory, the first for McLaren here since 2003.
But over the next 17 races, we got 7 different race winners. I mean, even Heikki Kovalainen won in Hungary, before Vettel stunned the grid with his miraculous victory at Monza.
Italy's other team, the little one, Toro Rosso, gets its moment in the sun. Sebastian Vettel is a Grand Prix winner for the first time. He's the youngest ever, and that's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in Grand Prix racing.
But with the championship remaining tight, the FIA had to prepare for another scandal in Singapore. Despite being nowhere near a championship victory, Renault did the unthinkable. They gambled by pitting Alonso on lap 12, but as the race was winding down, Alonso needed another pit stop. So the Renault team orders Nelson Piquet Jr. to crash and bring out the safety car.
Oh, big crash! That's Nelson Piquet. And that is likely, I would have thought, to bring out a safety car, is it? It's off the line. There's the situation.
They literally asked him to crash. It all worked perfectly for the Spaniard to win the race, who to also win the next race in Japan. Meanwhile, Lewis and Massa were fighting for the title, with just 5 points separating them heading into the penultimate race in China. Lewis took a dominant win by more than 14 seconds, again extending his lead to 7 points.
He's not going to take the World Championship home today, but he's going to take a big step closer to it. He's got a 7-point margin going into the final round. Lewis Hamilton wins the Chinese Grand Prix.
So by the final race, Lewis only needed to finish P5 to win. Again, Ferrari had to pray for a miracle. As the cars lined up on the grid, the skies opened up, and if this was the 2025 season, the race would have likely been cancelled. But this is 2008, where drivers still had some balls. Massa was on pole with Lewis in P4, but with changing conditions, drivers constantly had to judge between intermediates and slicks. Fast forward to the final laps, and Massa was flawless. Hamilton was running in P5, and if the race ended, he'd be champion. But this is F1, baby, and there's always some drama. Specifically, the Vettel drama.
Oh my goodness me! Vettel's taken the place, and that could cost Hamilton the World Championship.
Massa had one hand on the title, and as the Brazilian crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted. Even the Ferrari garage was ecstatic. But in the back, something still unexplained to this day happened.
Is that clock going slowly?
It is!
That's
clock! Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again!
Clock went slow. Lewis literally passed him on the final corner of the lap.
Sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One World Champion.
It is, without a single doubt, the most dramatic, heartbreaking and spectacular finish in the entire history of motorsport. And that brings us to the final season of the 2000s. A season where the FIA simply couldn't sustain the aerodynamic madness of 2008. I mean, the cars were becoming so sensitive that following became impossible. And with the financial crisis of 2008, the FIA had to seriously find a way to cut aerodynamic costs. So we got our second great reset, and perhaps the only regulation overhaul that can be matched by 2026, and one team was about to exploit them. Starting in 2009, the crazy aero appendages were stripped away, resulting in a clean, sleek chassis with massive snowplow front wings and tiny, narrow, high rear wings. Engine revs were dropped down to 18,000 RPM and now had to last 3 races. The sport also took its very first incredibly expensive and extremely hesitant step into the hybrid era, with the introduction of KERS. This was a system system that recovered kinetic energy under braking for a temporary push-to-pass horsepower boost on the straights. But what truly made 2009 an incredible story is the fairy tale it was. Now, let me back up a bit. With the global recession in 2008, the Honda factory team announced they were pulling out of F1. The team was dead. Hundreds of jobs were about to be cut, but the mastermind behind the success of Michael Schumacher wanted one last go at it. Enter Ross Brawn. Brawn bought the remnants of the Honda team for the symbolic price of exactly £1. He miraculously secured a customer Mercedes engine, shoehorned it into a chassis designed for a Honda, painted the car plain white with a splash of fluorescent yellow trim because they had virtually no sponsors, and called it Brawn GP. And when the car first showed up at testing, everyone in the paddock thought it was a joke. They were underfunded, understaffed, and had only one proven driver in Rubens Barrichello. Jenson was still lingering around the midfield, but this was until they put a stopwatch on them. They had a secret, one that would controversially split the paddock. You see, Brawn's engineers had meticulously read the new rulebook and discovered a massive glaring loophole in the aerodynamic regulations. They created the double diffuser, a highly complex routing of air under the floor of the car that generated a monstrous amount of downforce while remaining technically legal. The result was a complete shocking annihilation of the established order, and in Melbourne we got our first taste.
Here's the man who didn't know he had a team, didn't know he had a drive, who's now going to take victory in Melbourne. Jenson Button crosses the line, takes the checkered flag. Jenson Button's a winner again.
Brawn locked out the front row and then took a dominant 1-2 victory. But even more, they dominated the first 7 races, winning 6 of them. The £1 team was wiping the floor with the billion-dollar budgets of Ferrari and McLaren. As the season progressed, the big team scrambled in an absolute panic to copy the double diffuser. But the most serious threat came from a relatively new team built on the ashes of Jaguar and backed by an Austrian energy drink company, Red Bull Racing. Armed with a sleek aerodynamic masterpiece designed by Adrian Newey and driven by the brilliant young Sebastian Vettel, Red Bull surged in the second half of the season, trying to catch Brawn. But if Jenson wasn't winning, Rubens was, and this made it almost impossible for the Austrian team to catch up. So after a brilliant finale in Brazil where Jenson qualified P14, he drove through the field to finish P5, wrapping up the title.
He's thrown the inside through that first corner. He's got the line and he's got the pace. Jenson Button through. Compared to Kubica. Button's gone through. He's got through, so Jenson Button now up into 4th place. Jenson Button, the 2009 World Champion. Look at the relief, look at the joy. It's all now out in the open.
It was the perfect Cinderella story, with Brawn winning both championships in their first season. Unfortunately, Brawn was also finished as a team, being bought out by Mercedes for the 2010 season. As the 2009 season concluded, the landscape of Formula One permanently changed. The roaring V10s were distant echoes. The era of unlimited testing and blackjack tobacco sponsorships vanished, and Red Bull emerged as the new superpower. It was an era we will always remember for the Ferrari dominance, the one-point title battles, and drama that was better than any Hollywood director can dream.
This is me a few months ago in a hospital bed, 5,500 miles away from my family. I've actually been ill for 15 years, and nobody could tell me why. Why am I even telling you this? problems. I had parasites, I had digestive issues, I had low testosterone. I had a big list of problems. And so you work through them. I'd finish one, I'd feel a bit better, but then a few months later, I'd be back in bed.
Another treatment didn't work. That was really like sad to see him like just again frustrated and confused.
It was really tough because I'd get my hopes up and then crash again. That was really painful.
Scott was basically trying every year one treatment to another treatment. And I knew eventually he will have a clue of what was happening. But the difficult part was seeing every year, like seeing him after the treatments when he didn't find, feeling well. Just that moment when I see him like hopeless, that was really, really hard.
Every now and then I'd start to think, is this just how I feel now? Is this it? But underneath, I truly believed that at some point I would find the real problem. The turning point came at the end of last year. My wife was 7 months pregnant with our second child. And honestly, I was dreading it. I couldn't see how I could face a newborn again.
Before Ines arrived, I remember one time we went into bed and Scott just pulled apart. And I really, at that moment, I knew what was going on in this year, but that moment I could see his pain like so clear, like he was just on the limit.
Genuinely, a few days later, I watched a video that completely changed my life and how I was thinking about this problem. It was Chris Williamson talking about his own health journey, and it felt very similar to mine. A complicated illness that no one could figure out. I actually cried watching that video because the way he described everything was so close to what I'd experienced. For years, I'd mostly been focused on fixing my gut because I thought that was the main problem. But Chris had looked at his whole body and he'd looked all over the world for answers. So that weekend, I sat down and I did some research. I was looking for somewhere that would look at all of me at once, somewhere doing cutting edge work, and I was looking anywhere in the world. And I found a place in Mexico, of all places. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I'd never considered going abroad for treatment. But at this point, I felt like I had nothing to lose. The hospital I found offered a week-long program, which included hundreds of tests and a load of specialists examining every system in your body, all trying to answer the question of what's actually wrong with me. It was an incredibly hard decision to make. When I left, our baby was just 3 weeks old, but the alternative felt much worse. So off I went to Mexico, hopeful that maybe, finally, the doctors there would find something everyone else had missed. The first few days were just full of hundreds of tests. Blood tests, scans, physical tests, everything. They're just trying to pull as much data as they can. And after those initial tests, on day 4, the whole medical team met to review my case.
But in your case specifically, what caught my attention the most is the persistence of the symptomatology. You came from SIBO, multiple treatments, you was doing the things properly, your relapses came back, and you showed to me a kind of deterioration in your health.
Dr. Uoa was my lead doctor at the hospital, and after their meeting, I sat down with him, hoping they'd found something. But they needed me to take even more tests. So I did those tests, and I waited. And when those results came back, I finally had my answer. I had Lyme disease. And when he told me
can develop the erythema migrans after receiving Borrelia burgdorferi. So many people that has had tick bites ignores that they have the bacteria within. The immune system is kind of in an alert mode because detects pathogens in the body, but it can't find.
In plain English, the Lyme bacteria can change shape and protect themselves inside a protective layer of slime. That means that your immune system knows something's wrong and is on high alert, but it can't find it to kill it. It meant that my body was working flat out to fight something it could never actually catch, which is exactly how it felt. But it wasn't just Lyme disease. They'd also found Babesia, a parasite similar to malaria that attacks red blood cells, and Bartonella, which affects the nervous system. And on top of that, Rickettsia, which is another infection causing inflammation. So it wasn't just one thing, it was 4 different infections, probably all from a tick, hitting 4 different systems in my body. So now, for the first time, I finally had answers. But finding out what was wrong was only part of the battle. Now came the treatment, and it was very intense. So the treatment for the Lyme disease was a further 2-week program. It was more time away from my family. And it's built around 2 rounds of something called whole body hypothermia. They basically heat your body up to a core temperature of 42 degrees Celsius over 4 hours. And the rest of the 2 weeks is spent preparing your body beforehand and then detoxing it afterwards.
We have developed, along with a clinic in Germany, a protocol of extended hyperthermia. That's the way we call this. We put people into a
With built-in intelligence, your battery saves power and updates are automatic. So even if work interrupts you,
special chamber that it's called Haeckel to produce an artificial fever, a fever that we will control. The hyperthermia per se, it's very powerful treatment to kill Borrelia burgdorferi. Doesn't matter where they are. With a fever, prolonged fever state, cystic form of Borrelia and biofilm is wiped out practically.
And because I was going to have so many IVs, I ended up having about 30 or 40 hours worth over those 2 weeks. The first thing they did was put a port into my chest. It's a little pipe that goes down just above your heart. The first treatment was taking some IVs that I designed to kill the Lyme in the brain and Babesia. And as soon as this started, I felt absolutely terrible.
Hey love, I'm not feeling very well, that's why I haven't called. So, yeah, sorry, yeah, I don't feel good enough to call. Can you send me some pictures, please?
I also did something called ozone therapy, where they pull the blood out of you, mix it with ozone that stresses the pathogens in the blood, and then they put it back into you. And I sat in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, breathing pure oxygen under pressure, so that my body could soak it all up, plus a whole cocktail of different IVs. I was doing 10 to 12 hours of treatment a day. So once I'd done the prep, it was time for the hypothermia. First thing you have to do is wear a nappy. It's been a while since I've done that. Then you climb into this chamber and the nurse puts a load of sensors on you, including a special internal one for your core temperature. Then they turn on the lamps and start heating you up. They tell you to stay awake until it begins to feel uncomfortable. So I was lying there and I could see the monitor that I was plugged into. And I found it interesting that for the 45 minutes that I was awake, my internal temperature only went from 36.6 to 36.9. Just 0.3 of an increase. And it was definitely the hottest that I've ever been. Then, once I couldn't take it anymore, I asked them to put me under. So fast forward 4 hours and you come around, you wake up obviously very hot with cool towels all over you.
How hot did my body get?
I'm sorry?
How hot did my body get to?
42. 42.0.
When he had the first treatment, the hypothermia one, I was so scary. Like I was feeling so nervous. I was just waiting for that call. And when he called me, it was actually really funny because he was really relaxed. The only thing he could thought about it was food. He was from the first second telling me how delicious was the grapes, and I cannot believe how much. Like, I cannot believe how the grapes taste.
The treatment had gone well. I'd reached the target temperature and I was actually feeling good.
Man, I
4 or 5 days. Apparently, when the bacteria die off in the parts of your brain that handle your senses, the senses overshoot for a while. But somewhere in the middle of all of that, and I don't remember exactly when, something else changed.
I feel different. My nervous system is different. The thing was affecting my nervous system. I feel like a different person.
My nervous system had been permanently stuck on, constantly in fight or flight. And for the first time, I could actually feel it switching off. Even my breathing felt dramatically different. It was a really weird experience. So the real question was, did it work and will it last? So I came home unbelievably happy to see my family again. And now it's been almost 3 months. And yes, I do now feel very different.
I straight away I noticed after the first day probably that he was so different, like so calm. I think I forgot during the years like how calm he could be. Like this is when I remember I told him eventually like this made me remember when we met, like in the moods that he was and how calm he was, also how present he was. And now he was able to speak with me, to have the energy to play with Romy, to have the energy to do something in the house.
The change is complex and it's hard to put into words, but in general, I feel like I've got more energy. My focus is coming back. My speech is better. My energy is building week after week. And the strangest part is that it feels like time is slowing down. I know that sounds weird, so I asked one of the doctors about it. And he explained that as my nervous system settles down and I come out of fight or flight, my brain is stopping racing ahead. It's not constantly jumping from one thing to the next. So my days will feel more sequential. They actually feel longer. But to be clear, there's still that voice in the back of my head, the one that's scared that this actually isn't the thing, that I'm not fixed. And to be honest, I think that's normal. There's been a few times in my life where I thought I'd found the answer, and ultimately, I hadn't. It's going to be another 5 or 6 months before I know for sure. And to be completely honest, in the last few weeks, I felt pretty terrible, as I've been on medication to help repair the gut problem that I still had. But I'm off those tablets now, and all of that was just temporary. I'm confident that I'm going to get to how I want to be. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, and I'm definitely not saying I have any of the answers. But what this experience has taught me is not to stop asking questions when something doesn't feel right. Don't give up on looking. Keep asking questions. Keep trying to understand what's going on. And look, I know that I'm lucky. I was able to travel, I was able to spend the money, to chase this down in a way that not everybody can. And I don't take that for granted. But the only reason that I'm sitting here today feeling better is that a few months ago, I watched someone share their story, and it pointed me towards my answer. So if telling my story unlocks something in a few of you, then it was completely worth making this video. And for me, I'm genuinely hopeful now, and I'm really excited about what's coming.
Invisibility is my favorite potion in Minecraft. Not only can they help you spy on people, escape from traps, listen into conversations, but you can also steal some OP loot. And we're going to be doing all of these things today on Lifesteal World.
Holy shoot, everybody's on.
The noteworthy thing about today is it is Locator Barding. This is a feature of Minecraft that tells you where every single player on the world is. Normally on this server, it's disabled, but for the next 2 hours and 2 hours only, it will be turned on.
Wait, I can wear a carb pumpkin to stay hidden. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying to do stuff, but I think it's worth.
So I started brewing up massive amounts of invisibility.
Alright, I just want to go cause some mischief. Ooh, first person. I think that means they're within 500 blocks.
Oh my gosh, it's Curry Way!
Oh my
Curry!
goodness, is that Parker?
The
Hi.
house looks freaking sick, bro. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. This is the friendship house. This is the friendship house.
This is the friendship house? Oh my gosh. What?
Yeah.
So you just like have friendships here?
You have friendships here.
here?
I don't know.
Just in case.
This is
Just in
good.
case. Did you just
Yeah.
freehand this? This is an impressive house.
I've been freehanding the interior. I spent like an hour last night building like a quarter of this in a creative world, and then I put it together today.
Oh.
Thank you.
Do you have any recommendations on whereabouts I should go? Who to chat with?
I mean,
or who to not chat with?
My team is like Ghosty,
Oh,
Tay,
you're on
and
Ghosty's team. Oh my gosh, I've been hanging out with Ghosty.
They're just like Operation Kill Infume today, which I think is really awesome.
Oh, for real?
Apparently Infume's done a lot of mean things.
He was a little. I mean, he was a little quirky yesterday, Curry. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
We had like a little collab showed up, me, Infume, and Ghosty. After Infume had tried to kill me, by the way. Let's put that out there. I invited him to do this cool little prank thing, and he brings along 2 of his teammates fully potted.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Right?
Oh my goodness. There's some drama. There's a lot of drama.
Right.
So they're trying to kill Infume. I don't know. Spawn seems very scary.
Okay.
But that's where the fun is for sure right now.
Okay, well, I'll go to
The fun
Spawn.
is at Spawn. I will not be going to Spawn. I'm going to keep building my house. I'm so happy. You have no idea. This is so great.
I'm glad you like it. Well, enjoy building your house.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later, Kurt. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll just go see if we can find something to do at Spawn. I just want to say hi to people. I want to go prank Foray and Purpled later. Hold up. I came prepared. Who's talking to my boy Curry? Oh my gosh, who is all this? Yo, this is enormous.
No, and also there was a bug on day 1. Structures would just spawn too many mobs. Like it was like around 100.
Oh wait, Young is fighting a faction. Oh, do you wanna do something?
Okay, well, it was nice seeing you, low key.
You guys gotta go. Yeah.
You are too harmless for you to be a worthy opponent, so we'll just leave you by
I'm just
leave
gonna
you
build
be.
a house and have friendship. There you go. And then you can put your opponent's dead body in there.
Foray, wait, look in chat. You see how Kane
Yeah, I
shared a
see.
waypoint? Raising Kane. What's my Kane's order?
Your Kane order should be it's chicken.
Bro, I'm like hiding for my life here, listening in on conversations, and all I'm hearing is somebody's raising Kane's order.
No. Wait, Banzo battery? Okay, Banzo battery.
Yeah.
That was okay. What else? No, it was like curly fries. No, that makes that. I forgot the rest.
Yo, I'm pretty sure Weefy saw me. Weefy is too smart, bro. Weefy is too smart. I'm like 80% sure he saw me.
Why are we hiding? What's up? No, they're just hiding.
Oh my gosh, I thought he was talking about me! Why is Mattermelon just there? Oh my gosh. Yo, I thought I was about to get rocked up on. Curry, wait, did they notice that I was here?
What? How did you do that? Oh my gosh. Wait, you're so chill. Wait, I thought you fully left. Oh my gosh.
Yo, I'm doing a
I had
little
no idea.
sneaky business. Dude, there was like an army here.
That was crazy. I was not expecting that many people. That's a huge team.
Dude, I was terrified. Weefy's like stared me dead in the eye. Weefy's is known to be like one of those smart players too, so I was like, shoot, bro. So I loop around, and then I just like fully like almost walk into Mattermelon.
Oh my
so
gosh.
freaking troll.
Wait, who's your team? Or do you like, are you
Yo, I'm
soloing?
solo.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
It gives me a lot of freedom to just like go around and like hang with everybody though. Anyways,
we gotta
I'm
make
gonna
the most
go
of it.
maybe sneak up with some more people. I don't
that
know.
was hilarious.
I left my horse though.
Good
Bye,
luck,
Curry.
bye.
Thanks. I kind of want to go say hi to Mattermelon. Like that whole big team feels like they might be out for blood, bro. Oh, thank goodness my horse is still here. Okay, so I think this purple marker is Mattermelon. I can probably catch up to him. I have speed and a horse. I'm gonna go see if I can say hi. I feel kind of bad. I think I led Infume and Foray to kill him, but we'll just ignore that part. Mattermelon! Mattermelon! What's up, bro? Howdy. Do you have a mic on? I heard you
Hello,
for a second.
hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Good.
Have you seen anything
Good, and you?
interesting?
Not really. I just saw like a
Floativ's kind of the goat then. Anyways, I'm kind of just like going around saying hi to all the people, and I saw you in the locator bar, so I wanted to come say hi.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions on where to go?
If you don't want to get jumped, then don't go to spawn. You can head to the orange dot. That's Curry Way.
Okay, gotcha. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Mannermelon.
It was nice meeting you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Nice seeing you.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
Little did you know, I was literally at the Curry Way house when all of that went down. I kind of just want to go. I don't know if I should go say hi. Like, will they jump me? I kind of want to walk into the whole big group and just see if anybody jumps me. Low key, I could use some of this obby. Who's this green dot? What's not solidarity? Hello? Hello? Oh, what? Yo, what's up?
Hey.
How you doing?
Killing people at spawn. Just be careful of spawn.
Okay, I wanted to go to spawn and say hi. Wait, who was I following then?
This is Tay.
Wait, so what's going down? Who's fighting who?
Okay, so it's a massive fight.
Here, we need a repot. Can you repot us, Tay?
We just need to go. We can't clutter comms. Let's just go.
Oh shoot, you're in a group.
Rackruff, if you wanna join in, mug him for Ray.
Oh, I don't think I want to join in the fighting, but.
Okay. Okay.
Tay, we're gonna have to repot.
Holy. Dang, they are fighting. That's Flo, a Paxel. You know, somebody else has got a pumpkin in their head over here. Who's that?
Rex.
Yo, what's up?
What's good?
Oh, what's good, boys? What's up?
Oh, I see Invis people. I think they're fighting.
Yeah, there's like there's a massive fight. Are you looking to fight?
We're looking
Maybe.
for
The thing is, it's just my team is me and my little brother. This is my little brother.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, that's bigger than my team. If you know what I mean.
Are you just solo?
I'm just solo. Yeah.
Did you not have a team earlier? I swear you had a team.
No, I didn't.
No.
I've been hanging out with people. I've been doing things. Low key, if you wanna do some like trolling at some point, just like kind of hit me up. I've been doing a couple things here.
Troll sounds fun.
Okay, some trolls could be fun.
Yeah. Like see all.
Invis, or no, with a skeleton skull. I think that's Muggum. I think that's Muggum and Squid. Don't go that way.
Oh, that's funny.
Muggum and Squid.
Yeah, I could spawn a wither.
You have the match for a wither?
yeah, guys, I'm prepared for trolling. Like, come on.
Okay.
All right, you guys gonna go fight some people?
We're not taking an outnumbered fight. The issue is everyone is like full teams.
Right. Except that one wreck rap guy.
Well, we're not gonna jump you. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're not really on a just jump whoever.
Yeah. I was just like doing the math in my head. I was like, hold up.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So I kept exploring spawn until I found somebody that I've done a lot of trolling with in the past.
Holy shoot! It's a wild 4C. What's up, bro? Hi.
Dude, this has been such a great day. I'm having such a joyous time right now.
Yeah? Why is it so joyous?
I've witnessed so many battles and so many wars, Rek. I've somehow made friends and started fights. There's a people behind you actually approaching.
You should like also not die to the strength spider.
Oh, thank you. I could have. That would have been really sad if I died to that strength spider.
Yeah, that's
right
what I'm
next to you.
saying, bro. Are you like one of the three heart people?
I'm on 3 hearts, but I'm not one of those 3 heart people. They got their cult, their own thing. Who is that over there approaching? I mean, probably
that's
fine.
brutal, bro. That's brutal. I'm kind of honestly just showing up to spawn to see if I get jumped.
Do you want to be jumped?
I don't know about that.
There's
like
a
in
person
some
coming to the
sense,
left.
but also like.
Oh, it's Lopez.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Lopez?
Yo.
How's the
What's
lifesteal
poppin'
experience treating ya?
There's been ups, there's been downs.
Yeah.
Right now I'm up, so I'm actually really good.
Oh,
right
let's go. Wait, what was the up? Wait, you killed somebody today, right? Killed
Not
Farouk?
today, yesterday.
No, not today. Yesterday. Gotcha. Who'd you kill? Golds.
I may have killed. Look. I'm like a guppy. I need to feed on the bottom.
Right.
I feed off the
No, there
floor
is a hierarchy.
Yeah, so like Loki, I could never punch up, so I punched down and I killed Franzi and Ish.
You killed Franzi.
You killed Franzi.
There's a famous quote. There's a famous quote that killing Branzy is like drop kicking a
time I'm on Lifesteal World right now, I'm on a laptop. I don't need enemies right now. I would rather be more peaceful and help guide people who need help. I think it's nice to have a lifestealer at spawn, kind of keeping things organized and helping guide people in some way.
Yeah, guiding them to their targets and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm like Master Oogway.
Dude, I just can't believe I can have this conversation with you, and the whole time there's just fighting going on in the background.
That's what I've been doing the whole time, Rex.
Wait, so Lopez, who are you teamed with?
I'm like all by myself. I think I might have a potential team.
Wait, you're
with
by
Chief
yourself
XD.
too? Okay, I might hit you up at some point if you want to do some potential workings together.
I'm gonna be playing the server every single day, so you can count on me if you need some.
Bet. Okay, awesome. Holy shoot nuggets, there's so many people over there.
You want to go see the fighting and see what happens? You want to get closer?
Maybe potentially. I do have somebody's base location that I kind of want to go like use their villagers at maybe while everybody's going around. That would maybe be kind of fun. You a fan of looting bases, Lopez?
Yes.
Yeah?
I should do that today.
Horsey, are you interested potentially in...
I would love to see a base. I love any information I can get.
Yeah? Okay, well, we might need to get y'all horses, because I'm going to be a lot faster than you two. Yeah, there's a donkey. You want a donkey?
I can take a donkey, whatever works.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
There should be leather in the chests in my house.
Am I allowed to use it?
Yeah, you can use the leather.
Oh my gosh, Lopez is so polite, so kind.
Everyone is. It's crazy. This isn't like not lifesteal.
Yo, people are like not as paranoid either. I mean, you get the occasional paranoid people, but like I was doing, like, who was I meeting? I was meeting up with Ghosty and Intium, and they just like asked 0 questions in my DMs. I was like, yo, you want to go like meet at this suspicious place and do this suspicious thing that I haven't told you about? And they're like, sure. And then I show up and they don't dig around for traps. Like, it's crazy. No, but then you can see the scarring. You can see the scarring taking place for Horsey. I was talking to Smiley earlier today. He was so down bad. Bro, he traded me 20 stacks of emerald blocks for 8 gas tiers.
Oh my god.
For 2 hearts?
Yo, it was the greatest trade of my life, bro. It was like, I felt like I was scamming him. And you could just hear it in his voice. He was like so down bad. He like could not go to the nether. He was like gonna die or something. And he's like, please, I need this so badly. And I didn't even want to do it, but it was like kind of on my way for the errands that I was running. You did it? Nice.
I'm the Donkey Queen.
Donkey Queen, let's go. Okay, here, let's go on the flat ground. I'll splash all of us, and then just like follow me. All right, we're off on an adventure.
Let's go. You guys are definitely faster than me. If I'm on a horse along the way, I'm gonna switch to a horse.
Okay, that's
no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the donkey the entire time. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. It's a vibe. I mean, you can have a chest. You know, we can't.
If they have good loot in the base, I can store it.
Wait!
I've actually not.
Oh my gosh! Wait, Lopez, that's actually so true. Hold up, wait, that's a heist donkey. That's not just a regular donkey, Lopez. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, we're about to hit a heist.
We're about to hit a heist. I know for a fact that these base people have been. I feel like I should wait until I get there. I don't want to give you guys cold feet.
This isn't your base, is it?
It's not my base.
And you're just leading us into a trap.
I could be forced. Yeah, very well could be. See, it's questions like that people need to be asking more.
I don't know if I should trust Chief.
What's
Chief keeps telling me to tell him my base codes.
Okay. Do you want my advice, Lopez?
What?
Well, okay. First of all, let me ask: have you interacted with what have your interactions been with Chief so far? Have you done anything with him?
Not really.
Do not give him your base codes. Do not give him those base codes, Lopez.
Because he's saying he needs a team and he's alone, but then him being in close proximity to Minute.
Oh, you're gonna get jumped. I think you stay away from that, Lopez. if I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, like, do not trust Chief in that situation.
I'll take your word for it, because I'm the least experienced here.
Yo, did I hear somebody? Did I hear somebody?
Where'd you find?
Am I going crazy?
I mean, the Iron Golem just killed a zombie, I think.
Maybe that is what I heard. Are these not trading pools? This is a looting 3 villager. Is anybody down here?
Did you break that dirt?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a mending villager, feather falling. around with villagers was her entire base. That was your
Wait,
base?
that's your place.
That wasn't my base.
The decimated looking village?
There's no way.
Lopez.
My villagers are very. Okay, in my defense, my villagers I made very very far away from my actual base of operations. So
Okay.
it's like a look at tactical choice.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So you see that
Is this it?
orange dot in front of us?
Yes.
So that Loki might be somebody at the base. But you know what? We're still going.
I respect it. Do you want me to go in first as someone, cause like, or how sneaky
No, that
are
would
we
be kind of
approaching
good.
this?
That would be kind of good, then.
Because like if I
We'll
die, I lose
strategize.
nothing. Like there's nothing to lose.
Yeah. No, this is good. This is good. I think we can still pull this heist off, and it's more interesting if they're there. Anyways, you know what I mean. This is probably a good place to set up camp. So we'll put the fence post here. We'll leave our steeds. We want to steal stuff, but we don't want to steal so aggressive. We want to steal in a way that they'd be like, "Yo, which teammate took all of our iron?" Not in the sense of we looted all their chests. We want there to be some question of, was somebody here? Did somebody steal some stuff? We'll meet back here with 2 minutes left on our invis. We should be here at the horses, okay? So we'll go in.
Okay.
If somebody's there, Forsey, I want you to un-invis and talk to them. Or just distract
should I
them.
get milk?
Yeah, we should probably
someone's there.
we should probably get milk then. We'll splash up. We'll approach the base, fully invis, just in case, because they could be wearing pumpkins there.
How close is it?
It's right over this hill.
Oh, I
It's right over
see.
this hill.
He
You
was
see this?
not announced. What the fuck? Why is just on the
Oh, I see the base.
Oh, they're there.
Whoa, this
There's
is
people there.
huge.
There's people there. There's people there.
Who is
They're
that?
all there. All three of them. This is the base of Foray Purple
Oh, it's
Weepies.
purples. Oh, it's this
Come back.
team.
Come back. Okay, Forsey, we need a cow. We need a cow.
This is dangerous. Are we sure you want to do this?
This is really dangerous. Yes,
I'll go
yes.
up and talk. I'll be a yapper. I got this.
Yeah, no, Forsey's a phenomenal yapper. Dude, I can't believe they're all
I know
there
what
with
to
their
say to them. I
freaking
know what to say to
pumpkins
them,
on.
too.
That's actually crazy, bro. That's actually crazy.
There's no way they're all there.
They're actually all there. Lopez, we're gonna have a devious lick. Yo, where's that freaking cow?
Just gotta keep eyes on them. Oh, I'm excited,
Yeah.
dude. You're right. This is very life steal code.
I'm
Right?
scared.
I'm just a yapper.
So, okay,
Just a yapper.
intel on the base. They had a stack of diamonds lying around. They had a stack of iron blocks lying
Okay.
around. They have
Okay.
all of the villagers. I think we go for the stack of diamonds, the stack of iron blocks, and they had a snout trim. The snout trim is pretty valuable. I think we go for the
Careful
snout trim
opening
as well.
chests around them.
What was that?
Careful opening chests around them. They'll hear that.
Yes,
Like, they'll see that.
100%. Also, you see that church? It's like 3 churches combined into one. I don't know what that is, but it almost feels like their town center or something. I think it's those. That's what we're going for, Lopez. We're going for the iron blocks, the diamonds, and the snout armor trims. We get out. Ideally, they don't notice anything.
Okay.
Yo, this is gonna be some freaking
1
awesome
minute left.
content.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right. Back up. We're gonna back up and repop. Back here. Come to the top
I'll
of the
stay
hill.
here. Actually, I can.
Like,
Good luck.
I'm
You have
really
extra
scared.
pots in case you're stuck there.
It's
longer,
okay. It's
or
okay,
you're only going
Lopez.
for what, 8 minutes.
This is what it's about. Yeah, we got 8 minutes. So
Oh, frick.
we're not gonna be talking from here on out. Basically, me and you, Lopez. So at the 2-minute mark, be at the donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I've got a mark
Forsey,
on my
I hope they don't kill you.
I mean, if it happens, oh well.
Yeah.
I lose nothing. I'm just gonna do my best to be a distraction. I'll try to yap as long as I can.
Splashing in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, I'm going in.
Good luck, Forsey. All right, Lopez, mute up. Tail Forsey. You go to the right of Forsey. I'll go to the left. And then just
Dude, the
do
castle's
everything
so
you can to
cool.
survive, and just best of luck. Remember those things we're trying to steal.
Hello? Custom castle? Don't mind if I do? Hello?
That's huge.
I couldn't find the diamonds or like.
I got the diamonds. I got the diamonds. I was like, I looked in the chest. I was like, I'm pretty sure the snout trim was in there. I think Lopez got it. No, this is huge. This is huge.
Perfect.
I think 4C low key is gonna be like a little bit caught up for a long time. I think. I don't know if he's making it back. I'm gonna be honest.
That's good. That's good. Oh my god, bro! They kept going back and forth from the chest.
Right, they were going back and forth. I opened them like so many times, and then I put the item in my hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trolling.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
I made the same mistake.
Oh my gosh, I trampled crops.
So
and...
scary.
Okay, Loki. Okay, let's get out of here, Lopez. Let's get out of here, Lopez. I did have a question. Yo, Invis. Okay. Wait, shoot. Oh, here it is. Okay, Lopez, here, follow me this way. Lopez, you said you didn't have a team, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, Lopez, would you be interested in joining my team?
Oh my god, yes!
But wait, before you say yes, this team, it's called the Escape Artists. And if you're an Escape Artist, number one, you have to rock a knockback sword and thorns
I have
armor.
a knockback sword!
Oh my gosh, wait, this is perfect. This is meant to be.
I have knockback 1 and knockback 2.
Oh, this is so good. Wait, this is so good. The goal is just to do a whole bunch of silly, goofy things. We're not like a PvP hardcore team. I'm only gonna be here for a week as well, so like. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll ask the question again. Do you want to do some goofy, fun stuff with me and join my team?
Hell yeah, bro. That's like what I want to do. I don't
Oh,
want to do
freaking
PvP.
sick! Okay, follow
That's
me.
amazing.
We're like 1,000 or 2,000 blocks from my base.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm on it.
Awesome. Wait, this is so sweet. This is so perfect. I've been needing a partner in crime. I've been wanting to make a little gold farm, and I need somebody else to run that.
Gold is like one of the main materials I also need as well.
Oh,
so I'm down to help.
Yeah, it's just like a good bargaining chip and like a good way to like make deals with people. Like everybody wants gold, because like I probably won't even be using that much gold, because I don't really plan on fighting. So it's not like I'm gonna be burning through golden apples. Like I have 17 golden apples right now, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. Do you have another invis in your inventory?
Yes, I got 2.
Okay, here, can you just splash it on the boat real quick?
Yep.
Oh. You're right, get back in. We need to make it to land.
What the frick?
Wait, that was so comical. Okay, right here. Wait, do you have one?
No, put down an ender chest.
Here, there we go. I got this. I just had like 10 seconds left. Wait, that was so funny.
I'm such a throw. Oh my god.
Well, welcome to the base. This is my base.
Oh.
We got the classic melon farm here. I got some villagers. We got a couple cured guys over here. This right here, this is a slime farm. This was my original XP farm.
Oh, wow.
Potion brewery. Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Man, this is sad.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
beautiful.
you. So yeah, just kind of help yourself to whatever. Oh, look at this chest. We got a lot. Oh, also, and then over here, we got even more. I made good deals today, Lopez.
So, we spent the remaining day doing a little bit of team grinding, stopping off at an ocean monument for their trims.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, that hurts. Oh my god, I died. Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
We also did a trial chamber to get breeze rods.
Oh my god!
Oh shoot!
What's my luck with these?
Oh, I got a heavy core.
Oh nice! Oh my god, bro.
And finished doing a raid to get Totems of Undying. So a big thanks to the invisibility. We got some phenomenal gear in this episode. And tomorrow's, we may or may not do.
Lewis Hamilton's dream of winning for Ferrari in F1 seemed impossible during a tricky first year with the team plagued with self-doubt, but several factors have added up to finally make it happen. The magnitude of Hamilton's first Grand Prix win for Ferrari, and first since July 2024, can only be properly understood by appreciating the recovery arc. Victory in Barcelona completes an impressive turnaround from Hamilton's first year with Ferrari, which turned out to be one of his most disappointing seasons in F1. He failed to score a Grand Prix podium for the first time in his career, as the promise of an early sprint race pole and win in China turned out to be a false dawn. Union never looked like it was on a trajectory leading to success last year. Hence Hamilton saying on Sunday that winning with Ferrari seemed almost impossible in the midst of that struggle, and he started to wonder if he might have lost it. And as world champion Lando Norris observed after the Barcelona race, Hamilton's taken a lot of crap, and it's nice he can stick the middle finger up to all of them. The biggest thing that's changed to facilitate that is F1 as a whole. The prospect of brand new rules freeing Hamilton from limitations specific to the ground effect era was a hypothesis rooted in hope as much as expectation, not just to us, but to Hamilton himself. These cars definitely suit him better. The way they move around and what they can cope with under braking are a better match for how Hamilton wants to attack corner entries. It's fair to conclude these cars allow him to perform more consistently at his best, and though it has to be considered a blot on his copybook for not adapting better to the previous rules, it should also be recognised that Hamilton's peak is still clearly very high. It's somewhat ironic that having been tipped to win on the tight, twisty streets of Monaco and being battered by Mercedes there, the proper test of Barcelona went much better for Ferrari.